With the summer holidays in full swing, 9-year-old twins Caitlin and Elias Smith begged their mom to let them open a lemonade stand. Yet this proved to be no ordinary business venture. When one woman's selfish actions put all of their hard work in jeopardy, the community banded together in a story of perseverance and hope that soon captured the hearts of millions. While most young kids generally want to spend their summer holidays relaxing and playing with friends, Elias and Caitlin Smith were a little different. Instead of just lounging around, these 9-year-old twins had a different plan. They wanted to earn, and not for the reason you might expect. Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story. Goodness gracious! The kids have so been looking forward to having a lemonade stand all summer. Their mom Karen revealed in a Facebook post in August 2021. And after much patience and doubtless a fair bit of campaigning, the twins got their wish. Their parents agreed to help them set up their stand. While nothing here seems out of the ordinary, some peculiar things would happen at this particular roadside refreshment kiosk. With the help of their parents, Elias and Caitlin set up their new venture right outside their home in Ames, Ohio. In reality, the lemonade stand was more of a hobby than a business, with the twins deciding that they wouldn't charge people for their lemonade. Yet that decision still didn't prevent them from earning a juicy profit. Throughout the day, the twins offered a refreshing cup of lemonade to passers-by. Taken aback by the kids' friendliness and generosity, plenty of satisfied patrons left a token of their appreciation in the tips jar. After just a few hours, the twins had amassed somewhere between $50 and $100 in tips. Unfortunately, their good fortune would soon vanish from their grasp. "We've had so many amazing people stop by," Karen noted in the Facebook post. But what happened next turned what had started out as a thoroughly enjoyable adventure into an upsetting experience. The mood changed when one particular car pulled up next to the Smith twins' stand. At the moment this vehicle pulled up next to the stand, Karen was back inside the home making more lemonade. Sadly, her timing could not have been worse. While Elias and Caitlin had simply wanted to bring a smile to people's faces, one person had no interest in treating these kind-hearted children in the manner that they deserved. When the car pulled up, Caitlin, ever eager to please, asked if the occupant wanted some lemonade. This was an offer the woman inside the car was happy to accept, but suddenly, as Caitlin began to pour, the stranger grabbed the tip jar, jumped back in the car, and sped off. Just like that, the twins' day of fun had turned into a nightmare. When she returned to the stand, Karen found herself having to console her heartbroken kids. Commendably, despite their tears, the twins resolved to not allow the awful incident to ruin their day and carried on running their stand. Still, Karen was keen to find some way to heal her children's wounds. Karen admitted that seeing how devastated her children looked had left her with a knot in her stomach. Clearly, something had to be done in order to turn things around. And while both the thief and the money were long gone, some locals proved more than willing to aid the mom in her mission. Having recounted the traumatic incident to a neighbor, Karen was advised to call the police. And while Karen understood that this was technically the right thing to do, she doubted that the cops could help, considering how little information she had about the theft. But little did she realize just how caring people sometimes can be. Local newspaper The Ames Tribune reported how Karen did indeed contact the Ames Police Department after talking things over with her neighbor. And fortunately for her, the officers on the other end of the line were more than willing to assist. Along with launching an investigation, one officer came up with a great way to brighten the kids' day. As soon as she heard Elias and Caitlin's story, Selena Rowland instantly felt the urge to assist. The officer quickly spread the news of what had happened at the kids' lemonade stand throughout the department, and soon the twins were joined by some unexpected company. "She was absolutely phenomenal with Caitlin," Karen said of Rowland, who came to see the kids after the incident. But while this officer's visit doubtless helped to lift the kids' spirits, there was plenty more to come. Following Rowland's visit, huge numbers of first responders from the Ames Police Department all stopped by the stand. "The look on my kids' faces was, you just can't even describe it," Karen told the Ames Tribune, and the fun didn't end there. You see, not all of the twins' new patrons were just from the police department. Soon enough, the 9-year-olds were serving members of the Ames Fire Department, the Story County Sheriff's Office, and even Iowa State University Police Department officers. As Karen later told Fox News, "Our kids went from scared and unsure how to trust the next person to wide-eyed smiling and so excited." Before their newest patrons had shown up, Elias and Caitlin had been frightened and hesitant about how to continue after their traumatic experience. Thanks to the officers, though, the kids rediscovered their enthusiasm and even developed enough confidence to reopen their lemonade stand the next day. And while their street was filled with police cars and fire trucks, the twins decided to repay the officers and firefighters who came to support them. As before, the twins still didn't charge for their lemonade but gave their patrons the opportunity to leave an optional tip. Yet these tips weren't destined for Elias and Caitlin's pockets. Rather, the twins had been inspired to give back to the people who helped them in their hour of need. As reported by the news website The Western Journal, Elias and Caitlin announced that all of the tips they received would be donated to the Shop with a Cop program. This was an initiative that the police department had devised to provide happier holidays to families in need. And little did the kids realize just how enormous of an impact their actions would have on the program. The kids continued operating their lemonade stand over the following days, working so hard that Karen eventually announced on Facebook that they were all exhausted and would be taking a break. As Elias put it, "My back hurts so bad from sitting on that chair without a back for 3 days." After learning how much money they had raised, though, the twins realized their respite was well-deserved. Elias and Caitlin's story was soon picked up by several local news outlets, with a Venmo account also being set up to help them in their mission. And in just a few days, over $3,000 was donated to the Shop with a Cop program. Karen told the Western Journal that the whole episode just demonstrated how anything can be overcome with effort and care. She said, "This community has shown so many what it looks and feels like to really come together." If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.